Okay, so students, watch this. This is Algebra 2, lesson of Unit 5, correct, right? Unit 5? And practice problem, lesson number, which lesson this is? 4, correct? 4. So let's do 4. There are a few questions there. You look at the first problem for the practice problem is, what's the relation between? So I'm going to use color there. I think there is the dotted one. So let's call this is the main function. This is the original. I call this an original function. There you go. That's the red, right? So this is f of x, right? That's given to you. Agree? And question is, how did you get the black one? Let's put it like a black color. So how do you get the black graph from the red? And you can see many of you must have already written down. And how do we write g in terms of f of x? So if this is the red graph, how we write g of x? And by just look at it, you know everything. Just if you reflect. So if you reflect the red one, you can take any. Let's see. Imagine if I take a point. Let's see this point. And you can see this is -2. Can you write this on your paper? So there is a point -2. This point is -2 and 1. When you reflect, okay, when you reflect, where does this point go? Is exactly on the other side. This dotted, the point is, it's not exactly 2, 1, but I'm just approximately. So this is +2, 1. So every point gets reflected. So that means the g, watch this. So if I say g, the new one, so g of x, the new function. So if I want to know this g2, let's say this g of 2 is same as, the height is the same, it is 1, right? It is 1. Can you write down this? g2 is 1. You totally agree with me. But 1 also is f of -2. Look at it. Correct? Do you get what I said? So if g, so just an example to show understanding of how do we write a g new function. So this g of 2, this part is 100%. You know, g of 2 is 1. Everybody knows. You can see that 2 is 1. Correct? But this 1 which you see is the output. It's the same output right here also. And this output is because of -2. So we can write it the red graph. So this graph is the red one, f and -2. That's correct. So you see the relationship now between this g and f. So what it means is y2, it could be anything, g of x. Can you see how it works? So g of x is same as the red one, the red color f, but this time instead of x, what do you put? See how confusing this is? How many of you wrote thumbs up, those who wrote at least? You have written down? Yeah, same thing? If you have written down this, you are right on top, know the whole thing, what's happening. So the goal is that the black graph is the, you can write in your own English words, and write down the G graph is the reflection of the F graph over the Y. So all the stories you have to write down in word. Nice. There's so much space is given to you to make statements. What's happening currently? If you write this, that's symbolic way to say. But this is not. But remember gx. But this gx. This is not the same thing as, I just write, can you write this additional thing? This is not same as f of x. It means you don't get back the same thing. If you reflect, you don't get the dotted one back again. So you get something different. So you get a black one, which is different. It's not the same as dotted. So that's why this is not even. I just want to make sure what is the meaning of even means. Just imagine if you have to reflect and it's going to be the same thing, then that's even. Okay? So hope even it's so simple example, but it helps you to understand What's the meaning of the even and not even function? So if you reflect, you're not going to get back your original function. It's not even. And you can see the f of minus x, it's not same as the f of minus x is not the same thing as fx. Fx is the red one, but f of minus is the g one. It's not the same. Both are not the same graph. They don't overlap each other. They don't fall on each other. If they had to fall on each other, you would say, hey, that's like that one. That is, if you reflect this whole thing, you get back the same thing. But not here. Quick question, did you get something here? Thumbs up or got it? No, I'm still getting confused, right? I know I'm saying this. So the goal is, they didn't ask us about even and nothing. They just questioned us, hey, what is the question? Express G in terms of F. That's it, that's all you are supposed to do. But we want to understand what's happening. Is the new one is the reflection over the y-axis, that's it. Or, so this one, G2 is f of minus, I could take any other point too also. I could have taken this one. Just imagine, can you say, what is this point? This point is, can you write down what is this point here? Everybody write down quickly. So the red one is, if I try to click up here, that's like negative 1.5, see? And now this one, we are not sure, but still just approximately I'll put minus 2 and more than half of it, so minus 2.75. I mean, that's how you should do, just for understanding. Minus 1.5, minus 2.6. So this will be the same thing, opposite sign, that's like 1.5 here, but the output is the same. So what this means is, G of 1.5 is same as negative 2.75, but that is same as f of, look at this, opposite inputs, but the output is the same. Hope that helps. So let's go to the next question. So these are the only one I can think of. Of course, you can even take the dotted one. The 0, 0, it doesn't help much. I think I can think of this. There's another nice, beautiful point here. Look at this point. This is negative 1 and negative 2, and this is 1 and negative. So you could have taken that also. So this is the reflection over the y-axis. This is the reflection. So this one reflects it. Like that. Make sense, Cesar? Barcelona? So it's like, it goes there. That's all I'm doing. So this one goes there. So it reflects. So when you reflect, the output is the same. The y coordinate is the same. The x coordinate is change of sign, plus and minus. Okay, let's see the next question. Okay, now you're supposed to figure out which one is A, B, C, D. Now we need to really understand. One thing I want to show here is, look at these questions here. What is the relation that you see? So you have, there are two parts here, fx and gx, right? So the question is it A, B, C, D? First of all, is it fx is gx? Do you see it is the same number? Do you see are they same or they are different? They are different, right? So how can this be? This is wrong. So you can eliminate like this also. That cannot happen. What does this basically means is minus. It means this says the f is opposite of g. Now is this 4 opposite of this? When I say opposite means minus and plus, not the reciprocal. Okay. So this is plus 4. This is not minus 4, correct? Do you get what I'm saying? This is, f is plus 4. G is 1/4. This is not minus 4. It's not opposite. So your f cannot be opposite of this. So this also can be ruled out. Makes sense? Next one you can think of, what about b? Why don't you take a number and see what's happening, right? Let's start with f of, I want to know whether this works, okay? So f of minus 2, let's put down f of minus 2. I want you to write this to really understand. Let's take x. I want to check this. So how do you know this? By looking at it, f of x is g of minus x, like we are lost, right? The best thing is put a number. Put x is minus 2, see? So I put x is minus 2 and see f of, what is f of minus 2? How much is f of minus 2? 4, right? So it's 4. Is that 4? But then I want you to compare. Now suddenly you get back 4 right here. Can you see this? Can you put an arrow to show and just to get that thing? So there the 4 is right here also for the output. So 4 is the output for G. But then this output is for what number? What is the x there? So this is G of, so this is G, right? G of 4 is, do you see what's happening? Nobody's saying yes. Okay, I repeat. What this means is, when you have f of x is g of minus, you want to know whether, you know the understanding of this is, does for opposite x's, so if I take opposite x's, are the output same? Are the output same? So that's like a thinking you are using your common sense and say, hey, what does this mean? Do they have, if you have, just watch this. This is minus, right? And that is plus, correct? Opposite. And you see what's the output for f plus 4? What's the output for g? Also plus 4, agree? So these are like output. They have the same output, but the inputs are opposite. And the same thing is here. Look at this. This is minus 1, this is plus 1. So for minus 1, f is 2. But for plus 1, g is 2. Output is same for opposite inputs. So that means if I start with f of minus 2, f of minus 2 is plus 4, but this 4 is for g of 2. So what did you learn from here is, if you have a massive minus x, it is same as g of x. Not only that, if you had put x here, it becomes g of minus x. So it's the same damn thing. Look at this. Just the opposite. So this is correct. Make sense? Nobody's saying yes. Okay. So some of you may be thinking, what's happening here? So I want you to also take a note, because even if it is like one problem, but you can learn a lot here. Let's see, if I'm a student, I'll make x-axis. Everybody to make x-axis, y-axis quickly. Let's graph and see what's happening. There's minus 2, minus 1, 1, 2. So minus 1, minus 2, 1, and 2. Let's put it like this. Quickly make. It doesn't have to be perfect. Bless you.
Thank you.
Only for today. No. Liana, I should be forever, right? How can I be so partial? Is that okay, Jaylee, what I did? Little hard. I'll tell you the truth. Seems to be easy, but it is not easy. Because there's so much of symbolic way of writing. Now, the maximum we have is 4, so I'll put 1, 2, 3, and 4. Can you mark this? 2 and 1. Can you mark your point? Let's see what's happening. First one, the f graph. Minus 2 is 4. Where is minus 2? Minus 2 is 4. Right here. Minus 2 is 4. Correct? Negative 1 is 2. Negative 1 is 2. Right here. 0 is 1. 0 is 1. So this is 0 is 1. That's negative 1 and 2. Then 1 is half. So this is 1, half will be this one, so that's 1 is half. And 2 is 1/4. Where is 1/4? Half of half, which is like something like this. And then you see the graph is exponential decay. Can you see the exponential function? So that's the first one. So this is the f of x. F of x graph. What about gx graph? I'm going to use blue marker, green marker. So this time I have to use this and this. -2 is 1/4. So -2 is 1/4. This is 1/4. So that's the one. See? So -2 is 1/4. Right? Then -1 is half. So -1 is half. Then 0 is 1. So 0 is the one common, it's the same thing. 1 is 2, 1 is 2. And 2 is 4, 2 is 4. So 2 is 4, and I can draw another graph. Look at this beautiful graph. And you can clearly see it's a reflection over the y-axis. So what did you learn here is that G graph, Gx, we can write G graph. This G graph is, what is it? Is the reflection over the y-axis of the f graph. That's what is important to understand. So Gx is f of minus. Is that okay? Yeah? Got it? It takes a little time to understand this. Looks easy, but not easy, right, Jalen? Looks easy, but not easy. You have to be careful with those the output, how they stay the same. They stay the same for the opposite inputs. Again, I repeat this. The y coordinate stays the same. So this y coordinate 4 and 4, but they have the opposite inputs. This two, if you look at this one and this one, look at this 2. This is 2, that also is 2. But they have inputs as -1 and plus. They are opposite. Even if you do one problem like this, just one problem, you learn the whole concept. Right, Richard? Did you get this, Tatiana? Sure? 100%? Yes, yeah? Even one problem you understand, so it makes a big difference. Now, so the C part, see the C part, is you know what it says? It tells you G of minus, it's almost the same thing, and then there's a minus outside. It's like a opposite of whatever that you have here. But that's not happening here. So you can always check this, f of -2 is 4, and 4 is G2, so you're done right there. Okay. Go turn the page, let's go to the next one and see one more 2 problems at least we can do. The first 4 problems are for me important. Turn the page, look. Oh, this is the easy one. I think everybody knows what to do. Watch this. Here is the graph. You just look at it, you know what's happening, and it says, on the same axis, sketch the graph of f reflected over the y-axis. Everybody's eyes on the board. I have to reflect this over the y-axis. Look at over the y-axis. And then there are 2 parts. So step 1 is you first reflect over the y-axis. Then the step 2 is you have to translate 3 units up. Okay, and then also you're supposed to write, watch this. So if I am a student, I have to reflect this point. Okay, this point will remain there. Because when you whatever the point is, maybe this is 0, -3, maybe. When you do that reflection, it will remain the same. Because 0 opposite is 0. So this point is almost like 2 and a little less than half, 2.5. So that will go somewhere. I mean, yeah, less. So somewhere here. Do you agree? Yes or no? Can you mark this point as well? So this point, which is almost like 2.5, will be. Oh, I made a mistake. It should be here, right? Nobody's saying yes. Agree? So that point. Now the other point, I don't know. Oh, let me see. Maybe this one is going like this is like 4 and 5. Look at it. This is like 4 and 5. So I can say -4. So this point will go to -4 and 5. Maybe somewhere. This point 4. This point. This is like going the other side as somewhere here. And see, and this is in between graph. Can you see what I said? So you first reflect over the y-axis. Now you may not get a perfect graph, but just for understanding this is. Step number 2 is translate. It's like shifting 3 units up. Now, what does that means is shifting 3 units up means I have to move this red graph. So the first step is you reflect. What happened is this was f of x. Okay, let's see, this was f of x. Now this is f of minus x. Can you write down like this? So far it is f of minus x. Now you want to push it up, push it up. So that means you have, if this is like almost 3, then there will be like this is 1, 2, and 3. It goes right here. This point goes right here. So you shift 3 places up. So if it is 3 places up, everything 1, this may be 1, 2, and 3. There you go. This will push up. This will go 1, 2, 3. So everything goes. See? There you go. Done. Finished. So the blue graph is the one. So this graph. The one that we did, the dotted one, is like g of minus x, but now you have the blue graph is shifted. That's g. I made a slight mistake here. So this is f of minus x, okay? The red color. Now it pushes up. So it means it is f of minus x, and now you're adding 3 to it, plus 3. So beautiful, see? Carrot. Do you see how beautiful this is? Okay, so I finished. I want to just finish this off. So very easy, not difficult. The first step, second step, push it up. That's all it is. But the question is, how do you write this equation? Look at this thing. So equation means a new one. Whatever the blue color, let's call the blue color as hx. So let's write down hx like that. Right, Jalen? Ready? So hx, the blue one, not the red one. The red one is f. The red is f of minus x, which you can call it as gx, and then you push it up. So the blue color. So this h of x equals the one that was, it was f of x. You change it to the red color graph. And that red color was g, which was f of minus x, and then you pushed it up. So when you push it up, you put plus 3. Ha ha ha. You get what I'm doing? How many of you are getting what I'm doing? Thumbs up. Can I see some thumbs up? Let's see who are. I think I can. I get a lot of it. Very nice. You know, it takes a while to get this concept. You know, many students don't get this, but if you get it, wow, you are right there. You're kind of thinking that's minus. You first reflect over the y-axis and then push it up. That's it. That's all you do. So in between step is g graph, which I write it this, but our final one is the hx, the blue color. The blue one is translation of the red one, but there are two steps. I hope that makes. Look at the beauty next question. Can you try the next question? I give you 1 minute to think over it. Okay, so I hope you guys thought over something. Tatiana, would you like to share anything that you come to your mind? No? Okay. I'm going to use a ruler. Watch this. Very, very beautiful. When I saw this first problem, this one, I said, hey, how do I show this? How do I do this? Watch this. You have to describe a transformation of this blue line that contains the two label points. Can you see these 2 points which are there? How the hell you can even do that? This is a line like this. This is a line. How will, if I take it, now this is this way, right? But if I try to show, join this is, look at this dots will be like this. This line is this. How can, they are not inclined in the same way. They have different slopes. If you see the slope, it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That slope is 1, 1. But this is different. This is, look at this graph. This is going up and to right. They don't have the same steepness. Got it? They have different slope. So it doesn't go like that, 3 places up, down. No, that doesn't work like that. Anything else, the only thing I can think of is, what about something rotating, joining? So use your IDs. Take out your IDs, draw the line. Everybody draw the line, 2 lines. Can you use your ID? If you don't have a ruler, join lines. Okay. Join. Got it? And then you join the blue one also. Let me use the blue color. This question is a little tricky here. Is that okay? So you see those 2 lines. So let's draw. So you have to construct. So you should write or draw a line through these 2 points and let them meet at point P. Can you write, or let's call this as O, point O. So write your own English word saying, oh, draw a line through point A, B. You can call them as the A and B. Draw a line, and the blue line extend the line. You can call this line maybe P or whatever. I think I'll call the line lowercase s. So we can give a name to it. These 2 lines, if you extend them, they meet at a point of intersection is O. And then what you can think is, let's take, actually you're supposed to write your own English words. The English doesn't have to be that perfect, but as long as it makes sense is most important. So I want to rotate this. So you have to do something to do with this blue line. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this. If I rotate clockwise, this will go down. Look at this. This will go down. I want to rotate this around this fixed point, the point where they made. Do you hear what I said? So rotate around this point. If I go clockwise, it won't help me, right? So the only way you have to go counterclockwise. Can you see? So you kind of rotate with that angle, whatever that angle. We don't know the angle. So this is the angle. Can you write that arrow to show that's the angle? And this angle is, if I call this is, let's call a point C, see? This is angle AOC. This is AOC. Now how are you supposed to write this stupid thing? So let's write that. So we will say first step is draw the line through AB. Then extend the line S. Let's call this S. They meet. Let them meet at a point O. So all those English words you are supposed to write. Okay, I'm not writing, you're supposed to write. After, then you say, this is where I'm going to help. Rotate line S, so I call it as S, around, so these English words are very important, around point O, around counterclockwise direction by an angle measure and that angle is AOC. By doing so, line S will align. How do you spell align? A-L-L-I-G-N? A-L-L-I-G-N, correct? Align means it will really match that, the black one. Align line AB. Yeah, basically we write AB and with the kind of thing. Remember this? Those who forget. Did you get this? Are you getting what I'm doing? Marcelo? Kaylee, are you getting? Liana? So the thing is, you just have to extend the meet at a point and then rotate, that's it. I may have taken 10 minutes just to explain that, so easy step there, but that's okay, as long as you understand what matters there. So little of geometry there, rotating counterclockwise direction, this kind of thing. Am I making sense? Kind of cool, right? So as I said, you can always make it nice when you're at home maybe, but right now just I'm giving an idea, what is the question that describes some transformation? And you say, okay, I can transform this, I can rotate this, I can rotate the line from the fixed point O, where the two lines meet, and by an angle, you're rotating in the counterclockwise direction, opposite of the clockwise. And so the question, by how much? What angle? We don't know. Maybe 20 degrees, 30 degrees, but you just name that angle is A over C. Now, your question is, where the hell does C come from, right? It could be D also, it could be F also, you just name any stupid thing. Got it? Did you get Luis? Ariana? We missed you for 1 month. She's laughing. Why you are laughing? Tatiana. Why did you laugh like that?
That's partly true.
I don't think it's been.
Huh?
I don't think it's been.
Okay, half a month.
Okay, half, not half, 3/4 of a month?
Okay, 2 days.
2 weeks.
That's okay, half a month.
Okay. Let's go to another one, but I don't think we need to do this because it's like I hope, did you guys get this? Kind of right. Look at the next question. It's a little tricky there. It's about classroom temperature, but if this is in the apartment. So let's say there's an apartment and sleeping time is the separate temperature and that's the night time, and in the daytime outside temperature is high. So what this tells you is, I want you to underline this. Everybody underline this part.
Actually, I'm right here. Already. Thank you.
Can you underline this important thing? So Wx gives the temperature in degree Fahrenheit in the apartment X hours after midnight. So this is about the same one problem we did long back, but we forget. Thermostat, you set it up, and in the morning you put it at 5 o'clock, and then evening you put it off. All those things we have done, almost the same thing. But what they gave is you can do your own study, but what is this? When it is hot outside, underline this. Make a different color, just something different. When it is hot outside, the owner charges setting to be exactly. This is for me important. Can you put it like this? 10, degrees warmer than W. And also at the same time it talks about the earlier one. So this is the red one, is the same repeated. See this part? So 10 degrees higher. To save the energy. The function Hx, I'm going to use this part, gives the temperature in degrees x hours after midnight when it is hot outside. So there is a relation between H and what is the relation between H and W? That's what we see in the later part. But the question is if W is 6.7, so they gave you something 6.5, it's like in the morning 6:30 kind of thing. See this part? What is 6.5 mean? 6 o'clock and 30 minutes after that, 6.5. So if W is 75 degrees temperature at 6:30, then what is the corresponding? Can you put this like that? So they are asking, what is this H? Remember the H is. So when it is hot outside, the owner changes the setting by exactly 10 degrees warmer. Then W, that means if W is 75, then what is H of 6.5? Can somebody help me quickly? What should we write? So if it is 75, what should it be? Anyone? Quickly. So it should be 10 degree warmer, right? Can you see this part? So that means your H will be how much? Say it again. 85. Who said that? 85? Why is it 85? 10 degrees more. So it's not just 75. So you write at 75. That means 75 plus 10 is 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, Mr. Gupta. Yeah. I'm just also recording at the same time to help my other kids. Yeah. Do you guys get now what I'm saying? So this is 75. Then what about this one? If it is W2 is 60, then what is the corresponding point on H? What is 60 plus 10? 70. So common sense is easy, but I want you to write those steps. Okay, H at 2 a.m. in the morning, look at this. 2 equals 60 plus 10, which is, and then finally you have to create a equation. Look at this expression. So H of x, that means so many x hours past the midnight, that H also will be equal to, who wants $5? Anybody wants $5 to get the answer? What should I write here? So what is the original one here? Look at this. Can you see this part? Wx is the temperature inside the apartment. So that temperature Wx plus what? Plus what? Plus 10. This is the most important. How to create equation is important. Because it's always 10 more than what was inside that. See this part? So Hx is Wx plus 10 and you're done. Now if you see there are how many more problems on your paper? Those ones, there's one problem. I will walk through this, should take only 3 minutes. Quickly let's finish it down. Look at this. By reading this, I give you 1 minute. Can you identify what is the right answer? You may get it wrong, that's okay, just guess it. Read the question. Quietly. Tick mark. And keep your pen down. I want to see how many of you get it right. Okay, watch. 1 minute up. Quickly, let's finish this and get done, okay? Thank you, really appreciate. Really, I want you to understand this. Look at it. A ball is hit in the air. Now, I want you to put this. This is where in the beginning. Can you put a circle to say somebody? I'm 5.5. My daughter is almost like 4 feet, so she's throwing something in the air. Ball is thrown in the air this way. So when she's height 1, 2, 3, 4 feet, and she's throwing some ball and then it falls down, correct? Yes or no? Nobody's saying yes. So that's what this means. 4 is at the height. This 50 is at what speed the ball is thrown in the air. This is 32 is the gravity is pulling the ball down on the earth, back to earth. So what happens is, this equation is already given to you. Okay, that's given. Which equation models the height of a ball in the same path, but it's 2 seconds after. So that means after 2 seconds, there is 1 second and 2 seconds. So one more ball is being thrown from this same height. But watch this. It's going to be something like this. Can you see that? The path looks similar, but because the graph has shifted, how many places it has shifted? How many places did it shift to? Nobody's saying. 2. So that means this is 2, 4, and this is 0, 4. The second time when you hit through the ball in the air, it was already being done earlier. So you have to write x minus 2. How many of you did this one? Thumbs up who got this? Anybody? Just one student? Okay. Please try the lesson number 5 by yourself.